Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jason Jensen and you're watching Jason Jensen Trains. In today's video we're going to be working on another kit bash. We're going to be using 3 kits from Fos Scale Models, and I'll go into detail in the video on what the specific kits are that we're using. First, I would like to ask a favor. 2 favors. The first one is, let me know what type of videos you would like to see from me. Different subject matter, different techniques. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And the second favor is, if you like the videos that you see from me, please be sure to tell your friends and other modelers about my channel. I would really appreciate it. Well, let's head over to the workbench and get started on this new project. So the first thing I've done is gone ahead and braced all of the walls using 1/8 inch strip wood. Next, I'll flip these over and stain them. So I stained my walls and I used French blue from Folk Art and neutral gray from Americana. I also mixed in a little bit of black with it and just lots of water, and stained all the walls. After they were dry, you can see I did my trim and the lower part of the walls a blue, and I mixed turquoise blue and sailing sky, and just painted the lower sections, and then my windows, and I even painted some barrels. So next we'll put in the windows and then start to assemble the walls. So I jumped ahead and assembled the walls before installing the windows, but that's okay. I'll just glue my acetate to the back of them, put my window shades in, and then glue them in place. This is the first time I've ever done a gray stain with the blue. I think it looks really nice. I think it gives it a real nautical theme or look. There will be a set of stairs that go up right here to a platform, and then there'll be a door right there. And I'm considering building another story on the top that comes out, and possibly do that out of corrugated metal. I may do a quick sketch to see what it's going to look like, and then we'll take it from there. So after looking at the model for a little bit, I decided that I wanted to look a little warmer. So what I did was I made a really thin wash of burnt umber and raw sienna, and a lot of water. And then I just brushed it over the entire model. And then I also did all of the windows and trim so that everything matches. So probably hard to tell on camera. It just gives it a little bit of a warmer, and I felt a more of a natural look. So it's the next day, and I have been busy working through the night. Up all night with the help of coffee, of course, in my favorite mug from Fos Scale Customs. I decided not to do a third story. Originally, I thought I would do a third story on the building that was maybe covered in corrugated metal. And I decided against that. There's still a lot more to do on this, but it's definitely getting there. All of the signs are from Fos Scale Model, and they came in the kits that I'm using. So on this side, I will have a staircase that comes down the side of the wall here, and then I'll put railings around that opening. So the building on the end is from the Kit of the Month Club, and then the center section is from Pendleton Marine. The section I'm using is this section right here. I've already used this section on my on a previous build that I did, and so I actually have two more sections that I can use. So Pendleton Marine is an incredible value because I'm getting 4 structures out of it. So I don't know if you can see, but this is the section right here that I'm using. And it's right here in the center. And then this structure on the end is from Dead Horse Bay, which was a limited kit from Fos Scale. Real quick, I wanted to show you that I've been playing around with some weathering using pastel chalks. And I don't know if you can see it, but I have been using some green towards the bottom to represent mold. And then obviously the dark brown and black is just like rotting wood. So I'm working kind of fast on this build, and I've been doing a lot of work at night, and I'm unable to record at night. So I'll show you, give you a little update on what I've been doing. As you can see, I've added a lot of signs. I opened the window and put a window fan in. The sign right here on top is actually from the instructions of the main the structure in the center, and I just cut it out of the instruction sheet and added some rust with pastel chalks and acrylic paints and put it on there. And the fish sign actually came with this kit that's on the end. Still a lot more to do. I've got to put the corrugated metal roofing on here. Got some more windows and a few more doors to add, but it's coming along. So on this side of the structure, we're going to put a corrugated metal roof, and I've already started the panels. I first sprayed a gray primer on them, and then with a sponge I used medium rust, dark rust, and old rust. So I first started with the medium rust and did a medium amount of that, then moved on to dark rust and did a little bit less. Then with the old rust, I focused mainly on the end of the pieces and a little bit on the edges. Next, these have completely dried, and I'm going to go in with some pastel chalks. And we're going to use a rust color. And we're just simply going to streak some of these panels. And we won't do all of them, just some. And we can even do a brown color too, mix it. So you can see I'm just scrubbing over the pastel and then dragging it down. And some I'm not even doing, and then others I'm covering the entire piece, just to give a variety to them. Okay, next I'm going to use chipping color. I like this one because it's pretty dark. It's still a reddish brown, but it's very dark. Put a little bit in our palette. And we're going to start by painting the edges to get rid of that paper look. This will make our edges really nice and dark. And then I'm going to dry brush just over the raised areas . I'll hold this up to the camera after I'm done. And then just adding some little dots here and there. And then we'll do the top edge. Okay, so I will go ahead and finish doing all of these, and then we'll glue them on the roof. So I finished this side. And now I'm going to show you how to do this side. So we're just using full strength Elmer's glue. So just want to smear it around a little bit. Make sure you get it all the way to the edge. Kind of had this laid out ahead of time before I even painted them. So I had the bottom row for each side on this piece of paper and the top rows on this side. So staggering the edge a little bit, just so it's not perfectly straight. I think we need a longer one here. Just playing around to make it go all the way to the edge with what I've got. Okay, so you just want to make sure that they're all pressed on there good, and the glue. Okay, so the bottoms are a little uneven. This one's a slightly crooked. You don't want them all nice, neat, and perfect, all lined up. Okay, now we'll glue our top row on. I'm going to slide these down just a little bit. Make room for that last piece. Okay, I think that looks good. Just moving these around a little bit, but and I'll go in next with some pastel chalks. You can see I did on this side. So just going in with some dark brown, even a little bit of black, especially over the seams. Okay, now I'm going to use a strip of wood to put across the top, and I'll rust it to make it look like metal. So I added the strip of wood across the top to cap it. And I just stained it with water and burnt umber. So our model is complete. I spent hours and hours on the staircase. I added a sign on the roof. I also added a chimney and a smokestack. So I'm very, very happy with the way this turned out. And I will put my last kit also next to it. I am really starting to enjoy putting together waterfront structures. So you'll be seeing probably a lot more from me on structures like this. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I had so much fun with this kit bash. The center of the structure, again, is a kit from Fos Scale that is called Pendleton Marine. This kit is such a great value because you can cut it into at least 4 sections. You can then take those sections and kit bash it with other models. So it really is an incredible value. Well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, happy modeling.